Welcome, air signs. Thank you for tuning in. This is your reading for the month of November. I hope you all are doing well. So, if you have Sun, Moon, or Rising in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and this is a reading for you, feel free to always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign or whatever reading you feel guided to click on. Okay, it's very important when it comes to these type of readings to just follow your intuitive energy. So basically, I wanted to do something different for November readings, and I did some automatic writing for each and every sign. So yes, this is a collective reading, but for each and every sign separate. I'm doing some channel messages. Okay, I'll leave the timestamps in the comment box, comment section, and also the description box. So you can just fast forward to the sign you want to watch, and then after it I'll go collective again. We'll do the general oracle messages and the tarot. All right, so that's sort of what's gonna happen. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna start off with Aquarius. Thank you, Aquarius, for tuning in. So basically what I felt for you guys was, it was a quite like strict message, and so I'm just gonna give it to you guys bluntly. All right, and I don't, if you do not feel connected to it, that's totally okay. It's just with some of my Aquariuses, well, for most of you guys, it's hard. You know, this time that we're living in right now, it's hard because you guys are really all about righteousness. What's the right thing to do? What's the truth? What's good for everybody? Why do you exclude a certain group for no good reason? Why are you, putting one group in front of the other? Well, everybody's supposed to, as a collective, be, seen and heard and all of that. So right now with this whole division, like yes or no, standing for something, yet wanting to stand for humanity in its whole, is hard. I feel some of you could really go back and forward each and every day, like, oh yeah, they do have a point, oh yeah, they do have a point. It's like, but you want people to just be treated right, or the people, as in, like, the entire humanity, people in general. But you also have a hard time with people at the same time. I feel like a lot of you might have some struggles when it comes to your inner circle, maybe, but mostly outside. It's like you have compassion for people, yet you also have this underlying struggle of embracing people as they are, or looking beyond the things that we see as bad, or evil, and to just still sort of embrace them in the collective. So it's like, I feel a little bit back and forth. What they were saying was, to not put the blame with someone, right? Sometimes we can think that if something is off, if something is wrong, we can like point our fingers, like, these people are the one to blame, and so you put the situation from one point into, like, direction into another. Sometimes you guys are a lot of times really hard on yourself, put the blame on yourself, trying to find the answers within yourself, trying to find the option to fix things within yourself first, and if you can't, you sometimes put it outwards. They want you to remind, like, if you're starting to be judgmental, or if something triggers you, I'm not saying it's bad or good or whatever, like, that's not my opinion, like, it's not my place either. I'm just letting you know, because they want you to cleanse your energy. They need you, Aquarius, to be like in the best version of yourself. Like, we need you as human, like, we need you in this future, okay? And they want to cleanse you out, and so you might feel that things get worse, or things, seem harder, and like everything is just sort of coming into a narrow point, and I feel like some of you don't even know what to say anymore because my voice just switched out. It's like when to know when to engage and when it's just not the season yet. You have, for example, with plants, you have certain specific time when they need watering. They need to be watered. And there are times where it's just not the season yet. It's just not the time yet. In the winter, for example, they don't need as much water than as in the summer. So it's knowing exactly, also with people in general, like when to speak out and when it's time for people to receive it. And so your words constructive criticism, if you can put it away, or just words of wisdom, of words of healing, words of anything, inspiration. Sometimes it's just not the season yet. And I feel with you guys, we are entering a season where, yes, we need a lot of you, a lot of your wisdom, a lot of your knowledge, a lot of your future focus, a lot of your ways of understanding things, because you have a special way of understanding things, Aquarius, and we need that. But it's just filling the moment out, all right? And so when you know that Aquarius, when you know that Scorpio energy is pulling at you, especially with Mercury and Scorpio, you can come up, you could fire some shots, especially if you have some Scorpio in your chart somewhere, the thing is with that is they want you to cross your fingers. Okay, so it's like it's easy to point the finger, because yes, what you see probably isn't the right thing, and someone could act better, or someone could do things differently. But cross your fingers. That's the thing that they keep showing me, like, do this, like cross your fingers and come back to yourself. It's a reminder to think, okay, I'm just going to move this energy inwards. I'm just going to you're either going to send positive energy, because you can get things that you could use in the season when we really need your expression. You can feel so underrated and underseen when you start spreading it out, and sending that energy out when it's not the season yet, that the water gets over and the plant gets overwatered, right? And it suffers from it. And so the plant won't thrive as well in the season that's supposed to bloom. That's a little bit of an energy that I kept seeing for you guys. It's like the rain will cleanse you again and again. All right? So when you are in a period like this where all and everything inside of you says, I need to get it out, I need to speak, I need to say something, I need to, either do something or sign up to a different group, or I need to do something, and it gets very narrow, understand that is preparing you for the next transformation, for the next chapter. That's something that I kept getting, and I was a little bit hesitant on putting it this way, but every time I started, to continue to automatic writing and just meditate on you guys' energy, they kept showing me this, like, with the cross fingers, and it's like, focus on what you want to see, focus on what you want to manifest, instead of getting lost in the hype right now, getting lost in the rain of everything, it's just so much. And I, like a lot of you guys are also empaths, and it's really hard to combine, with having that feeling of righteousness, having the feeling of I need to do something, I need to be up to date, but yet it's also so much and from so many angles that but you don't really know what is right anymore. Who is right? What's even the truth? All right. So that's what I have for you on this as a side note. Remember this one, right? Remember when you kind of know, like, okay, I'm going off a little bit, or like I want to say something, I'm not going to say something, I'm just going to cross my fingers right now and focus on what I would like to see. Something in love and light. My season will come. This will be resolved. Like, to cross the fingers is almost like saying a little prayer. Focus your energy towards hope and towards possibilities, instead of feeling, you have to instantly fix something, or you have to put your energy somewhere. Like I said, don't overwater the plants right now, because your season will come. Trust me. See, it's around the corner, and it's gonna be a party of righteousness. All right. I'll show up with my scales. Anyways, Aquarius, thank you for listening. I'm gonna move on to Geminis. All right. Hi, Geminis. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So what I got for you was a verification. So verified, the word verify. And I believe that if you get like verified on a big social media platform, you get like a blue tick or a blue, like you're verified, like you are the real person, you are verified, and that's something that I felt. But it's not necessarily about, okay, you're gonna get verified on a big social media platform. No. It could be, of course, for some of you, but that's not the main purpose in life, especially not right now. I felt that kind of a little lost, kind of a little off track, but then in the most in the most beautiful healing way. You know, sometimes we can get off our track a little bit and we can make it like a super big deal. Like, I'm just feeling so off. I'm not feeling like myself. And in those moments, we often collect a lot of stepping stones for when we are sort of feeling on track again. But this is a different type of loss. This is a journey. I felt, and you know what I saw? I saw like this big a space where there was like a little, yeah, sort of like how do you put that? Like, let's say a river, but then it was like a pond more, like, because it was rounded. And I saw you guys sitting in the grass and actually bending over and looking in your own reflection, like in the pond, like of truth almost. It was you checking in with your own soul. It was literally you staring back at yourself through the reflection of the water. It was because it was almost like the pond of truth. And when you saw yourself reflected back to you, you felt this verification, like verifying of like, I am doing the right thing, I am connected to my soul's, like it was about your soul's purpose. And that's what they were focusing on when I saw it. Like, you see yourself reflected back to you like a mirror. It's what I wrote down. It requires you to go a little bit deeper. It requires you to step outside of your comfort zone, or step outside certain responsibilities and things you might feel. Say no. Right now I need to just do it a little bit different. Right now I just need a little time off, or I need a little bit of this more. Like, just because you feel the pull at the same time, but you know it's like a catapult. It's like you get pulled back, and you like you just swoop up in there, and hello Gemini, he's back, or he's back. And that's what I felt. So it was just something maybe you guys can meditate. Like, if you do meditation, maybe you want to just integrate that a little bit more into this month, because we are in Scorpio season, so it can really definitely help you ease in a little bit more in that way. But to meditate on actually seeing yourself being reflected back to you in the mirror, like looking over and seeing yourself. And I saw like that vision of Lion King just now, because it was like, okay, what does that remind me of? And then it was like, oh, you know, when you have like that shot where he's looking in the water and sees his father reflected back to him, basically. It's like that. It's like literally having a conversation with a part of yourself, like your higher self or an ancestor, someone who came before you, but yet the blood runs through your veins, that ancestral wisdom and knowing what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go is streaming through you when you saw that reflected back to you. So that was something so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move on to my Libras. Hi Libras, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to share the automatic writing with you guys. So they said cost a thing, and I instantly heard like JLo, like love don't cost a thing, but it's about cost a thing. Okay, it costs a thing to be around and into an inner circle of a Libra. You know, especially, and I hope you guys had a lovely birthday season, especially around Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. You know, it's just, there's just something in the air that brings things out for you around this time. And it's also, I feel, what you learn in Libra and in Scorpio season is something you either do or do not apply in Sag or beginning of Capricorn. Because Sag still helps you, but I feel Capricorn always asks you, so are you willing to apply what I showed you? Are you willing to apply? Are you willing to say no? Or are you willing to say yes? That's a little bit of an energy I always feel. And then January depends on how well you have integrated it to the next step. Like, for some reason I always feel there's something about January with you guys. Anyway, not get too deeply into that. I wanted to focus on, they showed me this boutique, all right, and it was a metaphor. So they showed me this boutique, and boutiques, they often sell certain items that, yeah, maybe you can get something similar, you know, in a mainstream store like at the dollar store or you know, I don't know, Walmart or whatever, you know, what type of stores you're familiar with. But you have these very, and it was boutique, that's like almost like a French boutique, you know, who has imported certain items and very well thought through about how it is displayed in this boutique, and the experience and the smells you smell when you walk into this boutique, how you enter it, what sound does a door make, is there a little bell thing on it, or maybe there's a special light reflection or something that's going on with, because it's not just about what you come to buy, it's about the full experience of actually shopping there, about getting a thing. You know, it's about adding something to your own collection through this experience. And Libra, you are the boutique. All right, you are not a mainstream store where everybody can just get things for like $4 for $5 and like this, and then quick, and oh well, after 2 months it's broken, well it's okay because it only costs $1, so I guess I'll get a new one in 4 weeks. They're back at the same store, and they just, no, it's about the quality of it all. So yes, it costs a thing, because in boutiques things often are more expensive, but it's not only about the thing that you buy, it's about the whole experience and the memory you have of buying this. Okay, it's attached to something. So I felt for some of you it has to do with love, with someone who comes in and honestly thinks that yes, they can get better or it can get easier, like someone is not as hard, as someone doesn't need all this respect, or someone doesn't, you know, need this or that. And yes, if you think you could get it better, you know, than here in my boutique, then please do so. Please go out and go get it. That's like, please do, because you know that some people that are there, that understand the depth of the experience and the vibes and the memories and the items that have value and are very like, it's very thought through, you know, and picked out with the soul and with the intuitive energy of the seller, you know. With you, that's what I felt, and it's like you owning your own boutique. So I'm not saying you're literally physically going out and own a boutique, you know, and some of you may actually, even if it's an online experience, it's still an experience, but it's more about what the metaphor represents. And when you understand as the seller of, you know, in this boutique, as the owner of, you understand that there are items that are similar and they can get out there for real cheap, but they have to stand in line for 100 hours and they just have to do this or that and have to be back there because it's so cheap and it breaks. And it's like, you are totally okay with selling to a smaller collective, but you understand that the people that you drawn into your boutique are your type of people, and they will treat the boutique with respect, not as a dollar store with TL lights and, you know, smelly smells. So own it, Libra. Own all of that this month. And I feel definitely, like I said, you will have a great January because of it. All right. That's what I was feeling for Libras. So let's bring it back into the collective energy. So for all my air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Geminis, let's get a spirit message. Let me know if you guys like these, you know, separated messages, because something I just felt, especially because Scorpio energy and then the veil is so thin, so I can just communicate so easily. It's just very thin. It's like literally they're sitting here next to my desk writing for me through my hands, I guess. Anyways, let's move on. Here we have a mother's love. Wow, beautiful. A mother's love. I say a mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and is holding you very close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. Beautiful. So I feel it's a little bit of, it's an energy like either if you have lost your mother, or if you maybe a grandmother or someone who had represented that mother archetype in your life, you're receiving that energy, that love energy. And they're saying like, it's like just to remind you that yes, I may not physically be here, or I may not be able to see you physically, or you may not be able to see me in a physical form, but I'm still here. My energy is still here. I still love you, you know. And sometimes, and I feel like some of you might have a bond with someone that you knew when they were gonna call, and then and you would look at your phone and they would call, right? So you had this telepathic connection with someone living here, because then they will call, right? Or, oh, I just know I'm gonna have to call them because I feel like something's off, and they call and it's like, yeah, it's yesterday my car broke down and there was this and was that and was, you know, like you just felt it. You did not need that person to be there physically in the room with you to feel that they were gonna call. You didn't need them to tell you that they were going to call you, but that energy never stops, right? So when you feel, wow, I feel that person so close to me, like I feel like my mom's here, or I feel like my grandmother is here, or I feel that my aunt is here, you know. Maybe you grew up with your aunt's house, like who, you know, for whoever has, everybody has a different situation, but everybody has a mother archetype in their lives, living or not. But that energy is always alive. So when you feel honestly and truly that someone is near you, they are. Just like it was just as real when you felt, oh, they're gonna call me, and then they will call, you know. It's just as real. So just a really big, and I'm just gonna say it for you guys, a really, really, really big, beautiful, long hug from your mother, whatever that is, or your grandmother, marker archetype. Okay, that's the spirit message. Beautiful. All right, let's pick up this deck, the tarot. Let's jump into the tarot. Yeah, that duality. Oof, it's really, it's so black and white at this moment, and it's not. It's never been black and white, but it is. It's expected of you, black or white. I don't really not neither. No. Black or white. Can I do? Is there any gray going on? No. We don't do gray over here. We only do black or whites. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Wow! Instantly. I love this energy, air signs. Okay. So what they're showing here is we have the Temperance. We're starting off with this beautiful Temperance, and I believe it was in the Earth signs energy what it came to. Maybe you have an Earth, Moon, or Rising, or Sun. Look how beautiful these wings are. Aren't they just so divine? It says calling in your own energy. Really cultivating your own energy. And because they want you to heal this mindset. See how negative thinking patterns can just get you lost, and they can just pull you away from everything that's beautiful and everything that is thriving and everything that is growing. So I do see that yes, you have things to overcome, you have things to heal. You're not completely there yet, no, because life is an ongoing cycle, you know, but it's mindset. And so you're not missing the manifestations, because the manifestations are like around you. It's you opening up your eyes and seeing with your third eye that they are here, and to recognize them and to call them in, because they're hanging around you. You've already magnetized them towards you, but they can't come in because, you know, you see when you're trying to put two magnets together with the same like plus on minus, you can't do it. Like, it's impossible. And if you get it done, like it just, you know, comes out again. So that's an energy I'm feeling. It's negative thinking, or the closed-mindedness of not leaving any space for magic. You know, life has a lot of magic. Miracles happen every day. Doesn't mean I need you to be like all spiritual and like, you know, no. But there needs to be a window open for your good things to actually enter. And what I'm feeling is that when you're switching your mindset and you're saying, you don't have to say, I completely believe it's going to come in and it's going to be perfect and beautiful, because that's not how you're feeling. You're feeling a little bit of a doubt. You're feeling a little bit low. You might actually be low on yourself, or not giving yourself the recognition that you deserve. You know, like I said with Libra, it's like, you are a boutique, not a dollar store. Okay? it's like you have to see yourself like that. And as long as you sending out the not the opposite of the magnet, but this, you know, what you're trying to call in, it just keep bouncing off you. So because you can feel it. So the Five of Swords is, you can have the quick way and you can have the way of, okay, everybody involved is happy. So when you're trying to manifest finances, stability, or things like that, you can't just only have that, want to do that for yourself. You know, it's like, I want to have all of this and all of that so I can just never talk to anybody again. Because then it's not serving humanity in any way, shape, or form. You know, in the smallest, tiniest way even. But if you feel like, no, I would love to have a period of time where I'm really financial independent, so I can just do the work that I do for free because I really want to help people, but I cannot do certain things for free because I need the financial resources in order to pay rent and to show up online and pay the internet, you know, for example. So you could want something that, yes, is very beneficial for you, but also helps you to do the work that you feel you want to do. When you want to take some time off work because you really want to become, you know, like you want to write a book, where you know, like a lot of people might actually benefit from this book. I want to write it in a certain way, but I also want to dive deep into it for like 6 months and not worry about anything else. I just really want to focus on creating that. So in the end, I get it out of me, and I give my life and the way it went and the way my healing journey went purpose, and I help others with it. But I need 6 months of not having anyone coming at me. You know, it's like that. So if you are willing to create a garden, you know, and plant the seeds and everything because you want to be able to feed yourself and your loved ones, then you are on the right track. You see, with the Eight of Cups, I'm not saying like you can want anything just for yourself. No. It's like you want to become the best version of yourself. Because if you are the best version of yourself, with that, you serve others. You know? Okay, Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups. The 8 and the 8 equals 7. Okay, so it's a spiritual quest. And when you start to embrace other sides of you and start to recognize the importance of those sides, and you call them in, you are so quickly to let certain things go that got you so stagnant. You know, it's like a mindset, or it's like a memory, and you keep putting yourself down over it. Like, why did I do that? Why didn't I change that differently? Why didn't I choose differently? Like, why? And like, and really putting yourself down on that. I feel with the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups, like you're really ready to move forward. You're ready to call in a different type of energy. So you're walking away. Yeah, and again, the Ace of Pentacles. You got such great cards, air signs. Ace of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, I'm just meditating a little bit on these mountains, because I see so many mountains in your reading. I feel like they want you to take a couple steps back in order to see the bigger picture again. Because here you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you see the blessings and the things coming in, and the commitment that you can make and others will make to you. Because you have the mountains you see in the bigger picture. You understand that, yes, it's a long road, but I understand I collect a lot on that journey. And then you have the Five of Swords. The person is sitting on the mountain. You see, it doesn't see the bigger picture anymore, and gets really caught up in a certain way of like, yeah, you might be protective of yourself. You might know how to protect your heart. You might know not to let anyone come close, you know, and that in some way, shape, or form is serving you because you got more time when you're single. You're more this or more that, but in the end of the day, you just don't feel happy either, you know. But I do see that some of you are really embracing this whole singlehood, which I love. I'm a really big advocate for having periods of your life where it's just you working on the relationship with you just cultivating the energy of the individual. See, and even if you are in a relationship, you still need those moments and times and periods where you just work on your own individual, both separately, even together. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles with the Three of Swords and the Hierophant with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so some of you had to learn the hard way, you know, and a lot of us learn the hard way because we honestly think that that's the thing we want. That's the thing that we really want. We want a connection, we want that, we want everlasting love or whatever, you know, not for all, but for some. And then it's like, be careful what you wish for, because then you get it and then you feel completely like betrayed. It's like, it's really... What? Wait, because I need one more card. Yeah. Some of you have a hard time to really finding your own sense of self again after a really long relationship, or it felt like really long, even if it was like 2.5 years. Like, yo, it felt like a never ending. You know, love and light, but it was never ending. I just feel that you lost a little bit of faith in the ability of you thriving in a relationship, of that there's a person out there that actually fits you in such a way that it will benefit you more to be in a partnership and to build together than you just building for yourself. For others of you, I feel like there was a period of time where you just felt like you had like a lot of, like a small amount of financial resource that you got. Like you felt like, I could just not manifest anything. Like, what is going on? You know? And it cultivated a new level of faith within you. Oh, look at what he's doing. Oh my God. All of a sudden I see it. Aquarius. You know. You see what he's doing? Like with his hand. I know that some of you didn't listen to that message, but you see what he's doing? Fate. Oh my God. I just noticed it right now. That's why it sounds so exciting. But I just saw his hand. I was like, gotta focus on it. You gotta... It's a sign. Like, honestly, it's probably also for you, for the other people. For the other people. For Gemini and Libra, sorry. It's like, this is a moment, like when you feel your mind going somewhere, when you feel like that low frequency energy of the Five of Swords, you know, when memories pop up of old fights and you feel like, oh, I should have said that, or I should have this thing. Why didn't I say that? Just do this. Okay, this moment. And it will stop that energy and it will bring it back in. And close your eyes, literally, and just say something positive. You know, something, anything, just something positive about the situation that you're feeling at that moment in time, because it will definitely help you. Because I feel like there's the World card fell right on top of the Hierophant, so there is a new opportunity in love and finances for my air signs. It's a new beginning. Because the ending of a chapter and beginning of a new one doesn't always mean it's a new partner. But that is like taking a world as it was into a new phase. The relationship you might have had before, like, you know, thingy started, like the COVID started. Yeah, that relationship is never going to be the same, you know, because the world isn't the same. And the things that we need to be right now for the world or for people around us or for ourselves is different. And it's not that that's bad. It's not like, oh, we're never going to get that back. No, we're just transforming. We're just making it a 2.0 version. And sometimes to improve something, you need to take it off. You know, when you're working on a website, the website is gone. You're like, you come on the website, it's like, it's under construction. You're like, but... So basically right now is a period of time where I can't even use the old. You could take everything away. Now I just need to wait. And then when it comes back, often it's a 2.0 version, but there's the in-between period where nothing is happening. You see? So yeah, that's something that I'm feeling. When it comes to relationship, but also when it comes to your finances, you might actually went from, oh, good, you know, comfortable, to like, what the hell is going on type of phase. And then it's just like, air. Ooh, and now I don't even need to work as hard. It just flows in differently, and I'm not completely drained with the finances. It's like, no, I can actually just spare it up. It's easier to cultivate, and that work just keeps on coming in with you guys. All right, the worlds. What else? I need to stop almost because I'm already here. Do you see the Nine of Cups? Focus on something you have. Focus on something that you're proud of, like, because I want to go back to this one again. It could be something you're satisfied with. It could be something, a small thing in your day. It could be something positive about the person that you feel hurt by, or anything. Like, just cultivate, like, transform the energy for you, not for anyone else. It's for you. Every time when I do this right now, it just makes me feel balanced. It's very interesting. Okay, so Nine of Cups, getting the yeses again. You see, when you get like the no's or nobody's even answering, like ignoring. Wait, what? You know, now you get the yeses again. Like, yes, and. All right, you have the beautiful Nine of Cups, and you have the 10. That's amazing. With the Well, beautiful, and the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun card. So it's like you have way more power energetically than you think. So cleansing out, a lot of purification, like, and that's especially also for my Aquarius, like purification, that it just wash you, cleanse you. Even if you have to cry, just cry. It's okay. It's just cleansing of the energy. And the Sun and the Seven of Pentacles, like, yes, that season that things come to harvest is here. It's coming in. And it's okay to change your vision. Some of you may actually have a dream this month that you are either pregnant or that you have a newborn baby or a child. Some of you, that might be around a year and a half, like 15, 16 months. Yeah, that's something I feel like when you have that dream, it's like your intuitive energy is starting to talk to you. The Seven of Pentacles with the Sun, it enlightens. It's enlightened. It's the most important ingredient that will make everything unlock is coming in. You see, when you are you're planting seeds, but you only water it, but it has no daylight, it has no sunlight, it has no warmth, then yes, half of it's manifesting, but it can only really grow and flourish when everything you need for it is, provided. And that's what I'm feeling, the change. Because you can work to manifest something you want, but if you don't have any space when it comes to your mental that you believe that you can make it work, you're missing an ingredient. Doesn't mean that the half of the work that you're doing isn't good, yes, but you're missing an ingredient. So when you add that, that's when all your hard work is paid off, and it's bringing you the harvest. Okay, so I could sit here for another half hour, I swear, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll be back soon, all right? I love you guys so much. Have an amazing month of November, and yeah, once again, I'll be back soon. Bye. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Love you guys.